The 340 horsepower engine is outrageous. The sound system is fantastic. And there's room for all of your kids as a 3-row SUV? So, would Dad drive the 2026 Mazda CX-90? Let's see. Hey there, welcome to Dad Drives on Hot Cars. I'm Bradley Hasemeyer, a father of two and a car enthusiast just like you. Yes, I want my dad drive to be fun and able to handle dad life. My job, my hope, is to review cars with a dad in mind. Daily drive it, 7 days, errands, Costco runs, picking up kids, dropping them off, road trips, all of the dad life elements that go into it, and give you a first-hand account of how it goes and my rating at the end of it. So, let's get going on this CX-90 and let me know in the comments below what you think about this or if you have one, because I'm curious about long-term. Only had it a week. Let's go. Now, if I was my kid right now, I would say go inside. It's cold and it's rainy and you're gonna get sick, but I'm doing this for you guys. I'm out here in the rain to talk about the exterior on the 2026 Mazda CX-90. Now, when you look at some of the other 3-row SUVs out there, like anything, Lexus, Toyota, Honda, Acura, all of those, even with the Japanese design, even German as well, everything's edgy and boxy, but Mazda's kind of gone the other way. And they do that on the inside as well by saying everyone's going this way, we're gonna go this way. You have a touchscreen? We don't. Yes, I know. Don't have a touchscreen. We'll get to that in a second. But on the outside, you can see, sure, there's some edginess to it, but it's really flowing. And Mazda's whole thing has always been that like the design should flow with the human body. So I love what they've done at the front here. Black honeycomb grille. There's 6 different trims to choose from, including a 7th, which is a plug-in hybrid. 27 miles of range, about 500 total miles of range. That's in a different category, but when we're talking just gas, we're talking just inline 6, you've got 6 trims to choose from. This is the next to highest. I think this is the Turbo S Sport, and there's like a Turbo S Premium, I think is how it goes. But either way, because of that, you get some unique accents like the black honeycomb grille, adaptive headlights, which means when you're turning the steering wheel, the lights are turning, which is really handy. That's not standard across all trims, but it is standard on this trim, so you don't have to add it as a package is what I'm saying. I really like what they've done with kind of the smoked out black gloss. I feel like black gloss has kind of become what chrome was about 10 years ago, where everyone's like, okay, we get it, enough. So if you just kind of dial it back a little, you start to see, you know, kind of what they're doing here on the front with this kind of like silver smoke gloss, which is really nice. Big front. It actually kind of like pulls in of itself. It's not squared off. It kind of is like a little bit more tapered toward the front, giving a little bit more of like this menacing, like speed kind of idea. Functional airflow through the front here, which I appreciate. This is not, that's just a trim piece. Nice big opening in the front. Looks like active shutters actually. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. That's what you get when you take a deeper look. I like how these LEDs kind of come into the grille. It's just a nice design feature that they've taken care of there. I also love this red. This is a little extra bump, but totally worth it. Coming around here, you get, of course, that same black gloss at the top of this trim here. 21-inch wheels. I think that's pretty sweet. They look great. That sounds too big for a car, but the way Mazda styled this, like the ratios work. I think it works really well there. Inline 6 is what you'll see on the side here. This smoked accent here is part of this higher level trim. So if you're just walking through a parking lot and you see a CX-90, which by the way, that's something really interesting about this car. I don't really see CX-90s. I see CX-5s and CX-50s, but it seems like when people want 3 rows, they're going elsewhere, but they shouldn't. This is an absolutely fantastic vehicle. And if you really need 3 rows, get like a Suburban or Tahoe or something like that. But if you just every now and then maybe need that 3rd row, or maybe you've got like a little dog and you road trip, kind of like us, and you want to put something in the back seat, put them in, that's a great 3rd row option as well. So I like around here, and then around back, you can see back here how big this is. They've done a great job to make it look smaller, but like, look at this door panel. This is just basically one long sheet all the way to here, and then you've got that lower trim. That whole thing, that's the door, and it opens really wide. When I'm talking about interiors, I'll talk about this in a minute, but like that's really nice for getting stuff in. For dad life, that's a big plus. I also like the styling back here in terms of some of the smoked out Mazda badge. That's new for 2026. the tail lights. Everything's just kind of like nice and tight. I am curious why they covered up the exhaust. There's no rear exhaust. The way this thing sounds and the way it drives, it seems like it needs to have, like, you know how the Cayenne has the quad for the GTS, just because you know there's gonna be a good sound coming out of that. I wish they did that here, no exposed. The trunk, pretty good cargo space. It's on par with something like an MDX, so if you've driven one of those, it's almost the exact same numbers. We'll get into the materials and the fit and finish and all that, but that's the outside. Oh, this is one downside, and this is just because the way the car is shaped. I'm 6'1". This would be really, let me take my hat off so you see my real size. This would be really annoying. All the time bumping my head on this thing, you know, picking something out of the car. Yeah, oh, yeah, I'm coming right, boom, you know what I mean? Or, yeah, let me just load this in the back. Crack. Oh, yeah, you know that's gonna happen too many times. So that's one of those things, you can't raise it any higher. This is as high. What? Stop. Well, that's better. Look at that. We're out here solving problems, guys. Great job. All right, let's talk about the interior, and let's start with the elephant in the room, the jog dial. Yes, this control knob is here because this is not a touch screen. Now, I posted about this on Instagram and TikTok.
What?
2026 Mazda CX-90. Let me just swipe. What? What do you? I gotta use this? Oh, come on. Instagram, almost 1 million views. That's a lot for me. And a lot of comments. A lot of people, mostly saying, this is better than touchscreen. So I'm curious what you guys think. Jog dial, is it better to have a jog dial spinner right here? Hands on the wheel, hand here. Or is it better to be able to select what you want? I feel like I'm a touchscreen guy. I like to be able to click something instead of go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I went too far. Oh, I need to. I go come back one. But a lot of people said after a little bit of using it, they'll never go back. They love the jog dial, and everything should be analog. And I'm more in that camp. I love all the buttons, and thankfully Mazda provides a bunch of those. So in the front, all your climate. This is great. My temperature settings, my sync, heated steering wheel, heated seat, ventilated seat, all of that is up here and accessible. I don't have to do anything with the screen with that. I love it. Even my rear control, controlling that third climate zone in the back for my kids. If they think it's funny to turn it way up or turn it way down, boom, I can turn it off. I can control it. I can lock it. Control, parental control. Not a lot of control these days, so it's good to have that. So that I wanted to get out of the way. At the top, the knob. I'm really curious what your thoughts are. Please put them in the comments below. When you get into the CX-90, especially at this trim level, you are wowed. You are overwhelmed. You're like, wait a second, this is a Mazda? This is $53,000? The leather on the front here is like old school leather. This came off of like a vintage motorcycle jacket. It's fantastic. The cross stitching is so beautiful in here. It's so nice. The doors themselves have all these multiple array of levels and materials, and everything is just, you know, they call it soft touch because it just makes a difference when it feels good to have your arm resting on it. It looks good visually. This feels like, I mean, there's definitely BMWs and Mercedes at a lower class, like their base model, that are not spec'd like this. I'm really impressed with it. I also like the layout. It feels like it's not too down the road, it's not too futuristic, but it is enough for our modern day. So that's something that I really love. What else? 12.3-inch cluster up here. Only a little configurable. Only the gauge on the right I could get to actually change and adjust, which is fine, not a big deal. And then a 12.3-inch display here. Remember how I said when everyone else is going right, Mazda's kind of going left? They do that here as well with the infotainment, not only just because of the touchscreen, but this looks like the very first time someone put a screen in the car. I mean, think about what we have these days. We have a 15-inch tablet. We have a vertical. The F-150 has a big vertical. The Tesla has a vertical. I was just in a Volkswagen Tiguan. It's got like a big wide screen that's mounted on the front of the dash. Cadillac with their huge like 55 or 85 or 105 whatever inch display goes like around the dash, mounted in. This is just kind of like, I don't know, it just seems like it's about 10 years ago the way they stuck that there. Just something that I noticed. Great layout of the buttons, the shifter, the My Drive, which controls your drive experiences. I'll talk about that in the performance coming up. You've got one button for your 360 cam. I always love that instead of having to hunt through the menus. This will hold cup holders, which is fine. This is a cup holder that's got like a smaller base, so it fits there, but the doors don't have any space for those large water bottles, which I'm bummed about. And this was really surprising. This is a 3-row SUV. You know I'm bringing kids. You know they need snacks. You know I need snacks. And when we're talking about the snack attack, it's pretty poor. This middle console is this deep. Wouldn't you think it'd be deeper than that? Like, I was like, is it a false floor? Like, I was very confused, and I thought, well, maybe there's underneath, there's nothing under here. I mean, we got a glove box, sure, but like, that was really disappointing. Even in the door, there's just like a couple little spots for maybe a bottle or something, but you know, you got snacks, you got, you know, your wallet, your keys, things you don't want to hang on to. That's basically all that's going to fit in here. So that's a downside to me in the CX-90. The seats are fantastic, very comfortable, perforated, heated, ventilated, cross-stitched, really nice leather feel as well, which is great. And let's go second row. As an adult in the second row, sitting behind myself, my 6'1" self is sitting up there. Sitting here, I've got that much, that's, what is that, 4 or 5 inches of leg room, which is totally doable. Headrests move, which is nice. Also, the seat can recline, come up a little bit and recline, which is really nice. Nobody's in the back. I got tons of room now. Huge pano roof, which I love. Heated seats down here. I've got my own climate zone down here. And because of the way that they make the design of the center console, it actually kind of goes away from you. So there's even more room back here that kind of acts as the pass-through. Obviously, this is not the captain's chair setup, so there is a middle section here, but you can get it with captain's chairs. Because it's like this, you can tell it's also a 60-40 fold. So you can have your car seat here, and then you fold these down to get to the third row. Kind of a pain to get to the third row. I'll show you that in just a second. But in terms of visibility and being back here, you've got your own window shades. Always find that nice. Your own little dome light there. USB-C chargers here. Cup holders are, yes, right in here. But little, small, like regular size cup holders. Nothing big there. Nothing major. Some of the material in the back feels less than the front. Like 20% less quality. I don't know why. More plastic on the doors. You know, if you got to cut costs somewhere, it's probably going to be on this piece that's going to go down. Does that need to be Napa leather? Not in a Mazda, it doesn't. So that obviously car seat kid. My son sits here. He's a tall 5, and he sits fine. We do have to move the seat up just a little. Like a lot of 3-row SUVs, you do lose a little bit of space in that middle row. Because it's got to compensate for having extra seating room in the back. So that's worth noting. Also, I would say if you have a rear facing, like a new baby in a car seat, the middle is going to be the best for them. That's usually the setup anyway, but I've seen handles, you know, the way the handles are on there, and that's going to be kind of buttoned up against the seat. So that's worth noting, but it does feel really nice back here in terms of what it looks like and in terms of what it feels like. So let me move this seat and I'll show you how to get to the third row. If you had captain's chairs, obviously you would just go through, but we do not. You push a button on the side. Then you manually have to push that whole thing forward, which I'll be honest, maybe because this car only has a few miles on it, but not the easiest. Maybe it needs some more grease and glue. All right. From the back seat, I will say this. My head is on the roof, on the ceiling, whatever. So that's 6'1", that's hard to deal with, but all right, if I pull this back here and I don't move it anymore, yeah, that's not really gonna work. Let's see if we did this. Maybe if you had like a teen who's pretty skinny there, like a young boy or a young girl, then you could make this work. But it's pretty tight back here, tighter than I expected. You do have a window back here, and a USB-C charger, and a vent, but the vent is at your leg. It's down here. It seems odd to me. Why would you just have a vent pouring into someone's knee? I don't know, whatever. Now comes the fun part. The whole reason you get a vehicle that's not just a compromise is so that you can have fun driving it. And thankfully the CX-90 delivers on that. So let's get going. All right, so $56,000. Here's what you're getting for that. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. Cars are expensive now. I should know that. I review them. But get it, Dad. Everything's expensive now, right? How did a coffee become like $9? It's not like we're at the airport. This is just like regular coffee down the street. I don't know. But alas, we are here to talk cars, not just caffeine and coffee. All right, guys, let's get off right at the top here. Some very excellent news. You're probably hearing it right now. That's the applause of 340 horses coming out of a 3.3 liter inline six. Again, Mazda doing things their own way. Everybody else is going this way with square boxy design. Mazda says, let's go a little curvy. Everybody's like, everything should be touchscreen. Mazda's like, here's some actual buttons and a non-touchscreen, which by the way, I should caveat, can be a touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You just have to adjust it in settings. So that's worth noting. And then when it comes to the engines, everyone's doing like a 2-liter turbo, 1.6 liter turbo. Honda has these small little engines that are efficient, but a 3.3 liter inline six, not even a V6. Like Mazda's like, we're balking at all convention and we're making it our own way. And I love them for it. And I am grateful for it because 340 horses snuck up on me. I did not expect that. Just like I was pleasantly surprised by the interior in terms of the level of craftsmanship and the materials. I'm very pleasantly surprised by the way that this drives. Some nannies telling me to be careful as I pull out. I mean, that's a good sound right there. That is a really solid note. That's one of those kind of intangibles that like, you're not gonna be like, hey honey, we should get a new car. Oh yeah, what are some of the restrictions? Like, should it be big or small? It should have a good engine note. That's a great thing to have, but that's certainly there's other elements in there that are making that car buying decision. So it's nice that Mazda's like, we'll throw that in too. So I love Mazda for that. Thank you guys for your work on that. The Mazda Dagineers know that it matters what things sound like. Your engine should also kind of like be a part of the experience, not just moving the vehicle. And so I'm appreciative for that. They also have a thing, I gotta look this up again. I gotta see the name of this because I'm not gonna get this right off the top of my head. Kinematic posture control. Kinematic posture control. This is a software that basically suppresses the lift of the car as you're cornering to create a safe posture for everyone in the car. So everyone's still sitting upright. Basically, it helps kind of level the car. I don't think it's an adaptive suspension, but I'm not exactly sure how it works. But I do know that it's standard, and it's on here as well. I took this for a couple hours on a road trip by myself to do some business for some shooting stuff, and this thing absolutely sailed on the freeway. It was very calm in its demeanor. The cruise control and all that worked great. Fuel economy, you know, when you've got 340 horses, that's just, it is what it is. That's gonna bring you around 25 combined. So, you know, like all numbers, it's gonna be less than that. But, you know, 28 on the freeway, that's possible. Now, partly the way that they're able to achieve this level of power, and you don't really experience turbo lag in this inline six, is because there's a 48 volt mild hybrid battery system that is integrated in with the powertrain. Other vehicles have done this, other manufacturers have done this, but it's almost kind of like, I mean, that's just nice. A 3-row SUV with your whole family has no reason to be doing that, and it's fantastic. I love that that's part of it. Let's take it down this little gravelly road. See how fun this will be. Now there are 3 drive modes with this trim, so I'm going to switch to off-road. Off-road mode. Yeah. So I could already see it's kind of like babying the throttle a little bit more so I don't break the wheels loose. It does have standard all-wheel drive. All the CX-90s across trims do. That's helpful as well. Man, this is fun on this little gravelly road back here. Hitting the potholes. Yeah, making some splashes. Here comes a good splash. I love splashes in cars. Oh yeah, that was cool. I love it. Being an adult is just really like a kid with a little bit more money. And thankfully you don't need a lot more money when it comes to this car. $56,000 for this, okay? This is almost the most expensive trim, but let's just say you get this one and you compare this against something like, what would you cross shop this with? An Acura MDX maybe. The base Acura starts with a much smaller engine, less performance, less style, less tech, all of that at where this one finishes. It's like 55 is like the base MDX. We have an MDX, 2019, that's our daily driver. Those are great cars. But to think that what you could get around that same price point, within that same kind of like Japanese philosophy of design and ergonomics and practicality, I'm really impressed with what Mazda's doing here. That 3.3 liter inline 6 is great, sounds good, drives well. The driving dynamics is really a major reason why you buy a Mazda, and that's not lost even on something as big as this versus like an MX-5 Miata, right? Big difference in terms of size and physics, but when it comes to the ethos of the brand and the execution of that, it's there, man. I am really impressed. So there you go. What do you guys think? 2026 Mazda XC90. I am surprised. I like it a lot more than I thought I would. There's just like a solidness to it. Like the steering wheel feels good. Driving it over bumps feels good. The 3.3 liter inline 6 for 340 horsepower feels great. Room for your kids. Third row's a little tight. Jog dial's kind of annoying, but it's okay for CarPlay because you can still touch the screen. So I like what they're doing, especially at this price point. Brand new out the gate, almost the top of line for $56K. Come on. Make sure you're following Hot Cars for up to the minute, up to the second news and articles. Make sure you're following me, BHaz, on Instagram, @Hazemeyer on TikTok. I'm always talking about cars, reviewing cars, and this whole article with lots of photos and everything will be up soon on the Hot Cars website. So if you're looking to cross shop this against something like a Telluride or a Highlander or a Honda Pilot, I really think you should think about the CX-90. I was impressed. All right, have a great day, enjoy your drive, and keep dadding.